Another Brick Fan here with day 16 of the 2019 Advent calendars. The order stays the same, Star Wars, City, and Harry Potter in my opinion. Let's do a recap of the builds we've seen so far. For Star Wars, we started with a Star Destroyer, then Kylo Ren's shuttle, a Stormtrooper, a laser cannon, Poe Dameron's X-Wing, a Resistance shuttle, Chewbacca, a model of Ahch-To Island, Luke Skywalker, a quad jumper, a terrain feature with a laser built in, a Death Star gunner, a mouse droid, a Corporate Alliance tank droid, and a battle droid. For City, we started with an ATV snowplow, a snow thrower, a snow sweeping guy, an ice castle, a chopping block with an axe and a log, a Christmas tree, a kid with a propeller cap, Christmas presents, a snowman, a photographer, the stones for a curling game, a rocking chair and a side table with a lamp, a woman with a book, a small table with treats for Santa, and yesterday's build was a snowmobile. For Harry Potter, we started with Harry in his Christmas sweater, the Hogwarts Express, some snowy trees, a Christmas tree, the Gryffindor banners, Professor McGonagall, a table with goblets, a plate with some food, Slytherin banners, Ron in his Christmas sweater, a table with a candle, more food items, and another plate, the Ravenclaw banners, Hermione Granger, and yesterday we got a Harry Potter themed snowman. Let's get into today's builds. Here is our Star Wars Advent calendar, and day 16 is down here on the bottom. Let's take a look. And it looks like another vehicle. Here's our build for day 16, and it looks like the MTT, or the Droid Transport Vehicle. This was in episode 1, and you remember that this door opened and then a bunch of racks of battle droids come out. I think it's well done in this micro scale. It's a pretty complex vehicle, so making it in this small scale was difficult, but it looks good to me. I especially like the use of the roller skate pieces here in the front to indicate perhaps some cannons or weapons that are positioned up front. They didn't get, the wheels or any tracks or anything on it, but it does have this clear piece here, which makes it look like it's hovering above the ground. Which is perhaps the way this vehicle moved anyway. Overall, nice little build. Let's take a look at today's city set. Here's our city advent calendar, and it looks like day 16 is right here by our ice castle. And it looks like we have a stove or oven piece. Here's our little stove piece. As you can see, there's a frying pan here on the top. These 90-degree angled pieces here that indicate probably the knobs for the stove and the oven. The oven is made out of a disc shooter, which is a newer piece. But you see you can fire that disc, keeping with those city play features. It's just a nougat colored disc, perhaps to represent a loaf of bread or some flatbread. They could have done maybe a pizza or something, but overall, a nice little build, and again, a play feature keeping with that nice city theme. Let's move on to Harry Potter. Our last calendar is the Harry Potter calendar, and you see that day 16 is right at the front door for the castle. Open this up, and we have a chess set. Here is our built chess set for day 16 from Harry Potter. Lots of little pieces, obviously. The whole chessboard is made up of the 1x1 alternating black and white tiles, which are a little bit of a pain to get aligned just right. As you can see, I don't have them all aligned. There are only 4 chess pieces on each side. Obviously, it's not going to do a full 12 by 12. Obviously, there's not enough room to build. They're obviously not going to include a full-size chessboard with a small advent calendar build. I do like the use of the nano figures for the king piece. They use one of these newer, one of the newer round studs with a post upside down inside of the cone piece to make perhaps the queen. And then just the cone pieces to represent some other pieces. They could be rooks or bishops, I suppose. Both sides are the same. Overall, a good looking little build and a nice representation of the chessboard from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Let's do a quick recap of the builds from today. Here are the 3 builds from today, my favorite being the Harry Potter chess set. I think this looks really nice. I like how they represented this in a micro scale. And we got some extra pieces, which is always good to have more of those nano figures. The MTT I think looks really good. I think it's difficult to make a vehicle of that size and the complexity in this micro scale, but they did a good job. The city set's a little interesting. I think it's a representation of a stove and oven. I think the little studs that are exposed indicate the dials. There's a frying pan on the top, and then there's a disc shooter on the bottom, which fires out whatever they happen to be baking. Keeping with that city theme, they have that nice play feature. All 3 are good builds today, but like I said, I'm going to stick with Harry Potter on top for today's builds. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on day 16. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on these day 16 builds. Be sure to come back tomorrow for day 17. Until then, happy building. If you like this video, hit that like button and be sure and subscribe to see more of my content. If you've missed any of my daily Advent builds, take a look at my Advent calendar playlist up here on the screen.